Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mason's online classroom. Today, we'll share with you the connections in brick masonry. This course focuses on the fundamental skills of masonry, specifically the connections in brick masonry, comprising three main sections, which are 1. Methods of connecting masonry walls. 2. Quality requirements and assurance measures for brick wall masonry. 3. Quality inspection of brick masonry. Let's begin by studying the first part of this course, the connection methods of masonry walls. In brick wall construction, when it's not possible to construct the inner and outer walls simultaneously, the outer wall should be built first. At the junction of the inner and outer walls, a racking must be left. The construction method of these rackings directly influences the masonry quality, overall connectivity, and seismic resistance of the brick wall. Let's first introduce the first type of wall connection, the stepped racking. In brick wall construction, when adjacent masonry units cannot be built simultaneously, and a temporary break is introduced, it is termed racking. It is advisable to create stepped rackings. For temporary breaks where simultaneous construction is not possible, stepped rackings should be built with a horizontal projection length of not less than 2/3 of the height. For porous brick masonry, the stepped racking length to height ratio should not be less than 1/2. The height of stepped rackings should not exceed the height of scaffolding. The second type of wall connection is the serrated racking. In areas with seismic fortification intensity levels of 6 degrees and 7 degrees, when stepped rackings cannot be left except for corners, serrated rackings may be introduced. However, these serrated rackings must be made into convex rackings and reinforced with additional tying steel bars. The tying steel bars should adhere to the following specifications. 2 Phi-6 tying bars should be placed every 120 mm of wall thickness, with spacing along the wall height not exceeding 500 mm. The embedded length on each side, starting from the racking, should not be less than 1000 mm, and the end should have a 90 degrees bent hook. The third connection method is the pre-embedded tying bars. For non-load-bearing partition walls that serve as dividers and are not constructed simultaneously with load-bearing walls, and when slant chases cannot be left, tying bars can be introduced directly into the wall or column or pre-embedded in the mortar joints of the wall and column. 2 Phi-6 wall tying bars should be placed every 500 mm. When the wall length exceeds 3 meters, structural columns should be set along the length of the wall. Let's move on to the second part, quality requirements and assurance measures for brick wall masonry. The fundamental requirements for masonry engineering quality include being level and plumb, having full mortar joints, uniform joint widths, staggered joints, interlocking of inner and outer layers, and secure chases. 1. Level and plumb. It requires horizontal mortar joints to be straight, the surface to be level and vertical alignment. Measures: hanging line construction, hanging frequently. In the process of masonry, it is required, visual inspection shall be carried out for every 3 floors by a line falling, verticality, and the vertical condition shall be determined by the usage ruler for every 5 floors, flatness, to eliminate the masonry error in the process of operation, so as to ensure the vertical flatness of the wall surface. Walls with a thickness greater than 1.5 bricks must have lines on both sides. 2. Full mortar joints. This refers to the requirement that mortar joints should be straight, both horizontally and vertically. The filling degree of mortar in horizontal joints of solid brick masonry should not be less than 80%. The specified thickness for horizontal joints and width for vertical joints are 10 mm plus or minus 2 mm. Inspection method, grid method. Measures: 1. Select mortar with good workability, cement lime mortar. 2. Avoid laying bricks on dry mortar. 3. Use the 3-1 bricklaying method. 3. Staggered joints. It involves offsetting the vertical joints between the upper and lower layers of bricks to avoid continuous vertical joints. Purpose: ensure even load distribution, improving the overall integrity, stability, and load-bearing capacity of the masonry. Measures: using suitable assembly methods, such as English bond. Secure racking. This refers to ensuring that temporary breaks are securely established where adjacent masonry units cannot be built simultaneously. This facilitates the connection between previously built and subsequently built units. Slant chase, L greater than or equal to 2/3. Serrated racking, convex racking. Finally, let's proceed to the third part: quality inspection of brick masonry. The main control items for inspection include brick strength, mortar strength, stepped racking retention, serrated racking tying steel bars and joint treatment, mortar filling degree, axial displacement, and vertical alignment. General project, jointing method, horizontal mortar joint thickness, top, floor, elevation, surface flatness, door and window openings, window offset, verticality of horizontal mortar joints, plain wall reveals. Acceptance criteria. During batch acceptance of masonry engineering inspections, all main control items must comply with the specifications, and at least 80% of general items should meet the specifications or have deviations within the allowable range. That concludes our lesson for today. Thank you all for watching.